Hi guys, what is up? Welcome to Great Gamers, Great Games, and this is... And my name is Fish, and I'm joined by...
Ice Warrior, the king of Twinkies.
And Outram. Outram_X.
This is Outram's first time doing Gamer Talk. He is part of the team, he's just managed to be working every Thursday. He was off last Thursday, weren't you, Chris? But Pearson was down, and that's how we do It's how we do the show.
I've lost my mouse, sorry.
So yeah, this is the show where we talk about news articles in the world of gaming from over the last week, and we usually bring a topic each, but it's been a really slow news week, and because we missed last week, we're going to start things off a bit differently. I've got three news articles here, all from last week. They're all a week old. And I just want to but talk about them one by one before we get into whatever it is we've got for this week. If that's all of you, with you guys. The first one I want to talk about is Call of Duty Black Ops 4 Battle Royale mode will reportedly feature up to 60 players. This is from videogamer.com. What do you reckon? 60 players?
Just make sure, it's not confirmed yet. Just say that.
This isn't confirmed. They are testing on their own servers at 64 at the moment, but these are only tests, so it could go up. It could potentially go down, but 60 is not bad, I don't think.
I just feel like, obviously, what's a team? Say your team's of 4.
Yeah, I think the team might be of
too
5.
much to me.
I think the teams might be of 5 because.
Well, how many players is there? You know how you've got Ruin, Firebreak, I think Reaper maybe in it. So is it 6 of them? I keep losing my mouse. Sorry.
I'm not sure. There's a few of them, but the multiplayer is 5v5 on Black Ops 4.
That's what it is.
Yeah. So I think it might be 5. So it'd be 30 teams. That seems like a lot. 30 teams of 5.
30 teams of 5. Oh, it can't be right, can it?
No, 7 teams of 5. That's a bit low, isn't it? But then again,
that's what I'm saying. And then so say if 7 teams of 5, right? So I'm running with my team. That's 5 of us, and then we run into another team. 4 of you kill all 5. You could go a game without even getting a kill and stuff.
I know. I was just thinking of solo. Like when you go on Fortnite, it's 100 players. You see someone every now and again. Fortnite has only got one type of vehicle in it, hasn't it? This is supposed to have boats, cars and helicopters. So I think with there being a lot of vehicles, it might be different, you know.
I just don't know. I just feel like it will be. It's got to be more. Surely it's got to be more people because I say even if you're on solo and it's 60, I'm not saying this is going to be the exact same. Apparently, it's meant to be. Is it the same size as Fortnite map?
Similar.
It's either the same or just a little bit bigger.
Yeah,
but
that Drifter.
Yeah.
Big YouTube.
Big so just imagine that, right? Just imagine you're on solos in Fortnite. I mean, personally, unless you go to a busy ass place at the start of the game, by the time you've looted and got to where you need to be, there's about 30 players left. So if this is going to be the same with 60, and people go to some busy ass place, everyone's going to be dead by the time. You might as well just stay out the gate. You'll be on. You'll win.
Yeah. I think
the only thing I've got with this many players and that many teams. So look at Fortnite, look at COD, World War II. When you get players with poor internet and they're lagging all over, if you're throwing 60 players into a game, it's just going to cause mayhem. If you get even 2 players per team with poor internet, it's just going to... I don't know if more players is the way to go. Because you can't...
Yeah, I know what you're saying, Dave. You're obviously saying, can they handle it?
Because all you can do, say you're going to have 60 players is assuming that every one of those 60 players is going to have the best internet. And all it takes is one player on each team to be laggy. And you know how bad games get on COD
Yeah, but
when
all
you've
right,
got a person
saying that
lagging on the
though,
other side.
saying that, what about charity events like all of like Ninja, Myth, Doctor Disrespect, Ali A, all of the good like streamers and YouTubers all did a charity event in like
Yeah.
a football stadium. So surely, if they've got like 100 players doing that, like, and I'm guaranteeing that they will use the best of the best internet just to make sure it's all good to go. If that can handle that, surely like Call of Duty can pop out a couple of servers. You know what I mean?
Well, all I'm
Yeah, but
thinking is,
it's not so much the servers, it's people's individual internet, isn't it? 'Cause, like,
Yeah, but I don't think that's gonna like as long as you
no,
can
like
play.
you
a
don't
game.
notice it much on Fortnite and PUBG. I mean, PUBG you do sometimes. When it first came out, the lag was tremendous, like awful. But you don't notice it much now.
Well,
like-
literally, I played a quick game like earlier. Like I'd literally only went on to try and change the graphics and stuff. But like if you go on Now Fish and like you pick up something, like last time you were tapping and tapping and tapping, and like you sort of do the movement of you're gonna pick it up, but it doesn't. Well, now anything you tap just picks it up straight away.
Yeah,
So like
I mean,
if they can
I
like
went on it
have
last
teething
week.
problems.
I went on it last week and had the worst time.
Well, they've just done a 4 gig update. Well, added it to 35.
Yeah. Another small rumour about it is that Nuketown, more similar to the Nuketown you see in the Nuketown Zombies, like destroyed and stuff. It's
Yeah.
going to be slap bang in the middle of the map.
Yeah. Well, it's. Did you watch the trailer?
Yeah.
Right. Well, did you notice the coordinates?
Along the side and no.
Right. Well, in the trailer, if you watch it back, you'll see like coordinates when they're showing like the blackouts and stuff, right? But then if you type them coordinates in on Google Maps or whatever, it brings up locations, and the locations are based on maps from old CODs. So there's like do you remember? I think it was called on Black Ops 2.
Your
Where
mic
it had, like-
keeps cutting out a little bit.
Mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, anyway, so basically Turbine on Black Ops 2, it had the massive plane crash through the middle,
Oh, yeah.
and then it had loads of turbines and stuff around the map. Well, basically that's going to be one of the maps. I believe Yemen, is it Yemen?
Yeah,
No,
man.
it's
I
not
remember
Yemen.
Yemen.
Which one's the one where it's like it's more modern. It's got like a couple of cars in it. It's got would you describe it? Imagine like somewhere in like Hollywood Boulevard, like one of them like sort of layout of
that
houses.
Big fancy house with the
Yeah, basically.
with the
Well, it's got
fountain
like
in
a
the
swimming
middle.
pool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's going to be one of them. And basically, these, like, there's more. I can't remember them all off the top of my head. But basically, you'll be running through Turbine, and then next thing you know, you'll run into Nuketown. Then you'll run out of Nuketown, and you'll come into that plaza place and stuff. And like, yeah, basically, like, so that's the sort of map apparently it's going to be. So I think that's pretty cool.
I think it's going to be
I
alright.
hope it lives up to all the hype, 'cause I just hope they're not biting off more than they can chew.
Yeah,
No,
the
I'm pretty
engine,
sure it will.
the game engine itself hasn't been changed since Ghosts. Like, it's an old engine. Obviously, PUBG's built from the ground up, pretty much. Fortnite's relatively new.
It's
So we'll see. We'll see in September
theory, it
because I have
sounds
a beta
brilliant.
out in
Yeah, I've got
September.
to say, the only thing we don't want is literally after a couple of days, like, all right, sorry, we'll get onto it, and then it being like update after update, trying to fix this and fix that.
Yeah. Right.
'Cause
So I've got
that's the
two.
only annoying little thing. Sorry, go on.
So I've got two more from last week. Todd Howard, the guy at Bethesda, apparently fought back at critics and said, "If you want us to stop releasing Skyrim ports, stop buying them." What do you think to that? Because obviously it's come out on Switch, It's come out on the Amazon Alexa or Amazon Echo. Hang on. Jay's just messaged. Yeah, it was on Amazon Alexa. What else is it on recently? A special edition's just come out for these consoles not long ago, has it? Obviously, it's kind of become a little bit of a joke, like a running gag. What do you think to its comments, I guess? I didn't get to read up on it.
You are finished. I don't. So, Bethesda have basically said that.
Bethesda basically said, if you want us to stop making remasters of Skyrim and ports of Skyrim, stop buying it.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
fair enough, innit?
It's true, innit? Like,
Yeah.
if you want to stop doing something,
Well, the thing is, no one's
it's the same as
forcing
anything else.
No one's forcing them to buy it, are they?
No,
That's the thing.
they're not shoving it down your throat like they do when they release when everyone does when they release a new game. It's the same as loot crates. It's a similar thing. Like, if you don't want loot crates,
exactly.
stop buying loot crates.
Yeah.
Everyone keeps buying loot crates.
Yeah.
Use a bit of self-control.
Yeah, exactly. It's like when all the kick off with Star Wars Battlefront and stuff. I mean, not being funny, but if you want to buy a game and like play it. You don't have to buy stuff.
Yeah.
Like, you're the only one that's making you.
So I've sent an invite to Jay, by the way, and Jay might be.
Well, when I got COD, I didn't get the DLC or the season pass. We still always go on it and have a good laugh, and it hasn't affected the gameplay one iota.
No,
exactly.
I mean, I do wish I got the DLC a little bit, but
I will be spending £109 on the next COD, sorry.
Right, next thing. This is I feel like this was we kind of missed out talking about this last week. Overwatch League is going to be covered on ESPN. I think that's huge.
That's pretty sick,
for gaming.
The thing is, in the States, esports has become such a huge thing. ESPN actually have their own channel for it. Like,
I know, it's massive. It's big over here, but we're just not as good as them.
Not as big. Yeah, it is huge over there. I mean, the thing is, they have teams from all over Asia taking place, well, all over the world. The money involved in winning is absolutely unreal now. You can do university courses or college.
I saw that, dude.
Yeah, you can do college courses in esports, as it's called now. In fact, esports has become that mainstream that even Barcelona, Bayern Munich, Real Madrid actually have their own esports FIFA team. And the thing is, it's not just becoming mainstream. It's another way for these type of these brands to get across. Do you know what I mean? So, like, not all gamers are into football, but then all of a sudden, Real Madrid, Barca, Bayern create an esports team, and it's going to drag gamers to watch them, and then like, all right, yeah, Barcelona are quite cool because they're into the gaming.
I'm just hoping that esports becomes a university thing over here, and because everyone says, "Oh, you're never too old to join uni," I will join uni.
I don't think
to do
the
that.
thing is, I don't think in this country, whereas I can't think of the proper word, but we're not as open to courses as they are over in the States. You can pretty much study anything over there. If there's enough interest, they'll run a course on it. Over here, they wouldn't touch it. You'd have to do like an online course. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Who needs a course? Just buy a PlayStation.
Yeah. But the thing is, they have so much support for it over there. I mean, they have sponsors and everything. Over here, you'd be like checkertrade.com or something. Do you know what I mean? It's like,
yeah.
No one, like, we always seem to be about 10, 15 years behind, like, Asia and America when it comes to gaming. It's like, oh yeah, we've had this for 10 years. Oh, you're just getting it now. God, you're so far behind us.
Yeah. Right, let's go on to the more up-to-date stuff, shall we? Do you want to go first, Dave? Because I've only got little topics like that again this week. Because
I'll just fill in.
So
Yeah, Chris
what
hasn't
I
got
was
anything.
talking about is No Man's Sky. So obviously,
Sky.
a lot of people bought it when it first came out because there was a lot of hype behind it, and it was
I
like,
was one of them.
wow. Well, I bought it. It was one of these things where it's like, oh, this is going to be amazing. And let's be honest, it crashed and burned so bad, it just didn't even leave the spaceport, to be honest. Um, it was monotonous, it was boring. After a few hours gameplay, everyone got sick of it. They kept releasing little things here and there for it, but obviously now they've done like a massive update on it. Kind of, it essentially brought out the game of how it should be, how it was originally built, what we were all meant to expect. And I've had a little look at the footage. I'm going to put in the disc and give it a blast myself. But now you've got different mission modes. You can create, you can build colonies. They've added like huge, massive space freighters, which you can use as a roaming base from galaxy to galaxy. They've got crushed freighters on the planet. They've totally changed like the planet layout as well, like making it more aesthetic to look at and things rather than it just being very
Flat.
blocky and yeah, exactly. They've added a ton more NPCs, the non-playable characters, so because you could go ages without seeing anything.
Yeah.
They've also done one of the mods where you can actually hire NPCs to run your colonies,
Huh.
and you
Pretty
can
cool.
actually. So I mean, this is the game it should have been when it came out.
Definitely.
Whether it'll draw everyone back in, I don't think
See,
so.
it's still
I
got a
think
little
it'll
fan
draw.
base, hasn't it?
It does, yeah. It's got like a die-hard cult, so to speak, about it. But I think this update might draw maybe
I mean,
40% of the people that originally
wh-
bought it and still have the game to see what it's
when the
like.
game come out, I egged everyone on at work to buy it.
Did like
I egged Chris
about
on,
it.
Yeah,
Simon, Sam Hardman, I think, uh, Jay, not at work obviously, but I egged Jay on to get it. There was someone else, I can't remember, but I egged everyone on and I was like, oh yeah, we'll all get it right, and we'll all try and find each other. And there was these two people that went to the same place, and you couldn't even see each other, could you?
No.
yeah.
Like, and
Well,
now
apparently
you can.
now you can, yeah. You can almost do it like a multiplayer. And the other thing they've improved as well is there's a lot more space battles.
Yeah, the space battles were pretty fun,
Yeah.
to be fair.
So they've added loads more of that, and it's generally so like if you like fish, people are going to stop hating you now for telling you to get it when the first came out. Because now the update's out, say, all right, yeah, 3 years later, yeah, it's worth it.
Yeah, I was really hyped for that game, and I really did look forward to it. I've said to many people, like, oh, if they advertised it differently as an early access game, because early access now is like this big thing, like with PUBG and Fortnite, and there was that Ark Survival Evolved and Conan Exiles. Like, if they release it as an early access game and said these features are coming, then it would have been so much smoother. It would have sold just as well, because everyone wanted it, and it would have just blown up in a good way. But
Yeah, and not in a bad way.
yeah,
But like you say, and I've got a little thing to put on the end of this is that, like, well, me and Fish were discussing this earlier before we started the podcast, is just feel this day and age, no game ever seem not well. Let's not no game. Majority of games never seem to be released actually finished. The amount
yeah,
of updates that you get within the first week, and the amount of oh yeah, we know there's this bug, we know there's that bug, we're going to release like a 10 gig update to fix this, and a freaking 20 gig, well, a 5 gig update to fix that. And back in
yeah,
the days of the early PS3, you went to the shop and you bought a game, and that was the game you had.
yep,
It might have had an odd bug, but generally it was the finished article, and you didn't need to worry about it.
PS2 especially, like everything was
Yeah,
finished,
yeah, even
and
the original Xbox. Do you know what I mean? And the original consoles, going back as far as the Mega Drive, you bought the cartridge, you put the cartridge in, bang, it worked. If the cartridge didn't work, you went back to the shop, swapped it over, and you had your full game to play.
or you blew in it, and ta-da!
Yeah,
Yeah.
it magically worked. But there's too many. I mean, I can't think of the last game I bought where there wasn't a day one update.
Um, No, I think they all have because everything's all slightly in the cloud now. I don't know how
I
it
know
works.
some of them have said the reason they do day one updates is it helps like stop piracy because they purposely leave it like that so then you can only do it once you've officially bought the game and
Yeah,
get the day one update,
and that is a
which
good
is fair
thing.
enough. It is, but I still can't think of many games I've bought where they haven't needed big patches to fix them.
Single player games don't tend to need a massive patch. God of War was a pretty quick one. Fallout 4 was relatively quick. So
That's what it does generally seem to be the online ones. I mean, but the thing is, a lot of games now are all. I mean, look at Fallout 76. Look at the next card, and they're all geared to online. That's the way things seem. Like that's the trend at the moment is the battle royale, and just online.
yeah,
So it's one of these that if that's what um, the game studios are creating, they just need to make sure that they're actually finishing
yeah.
a finished game.
So I was laid in bed the other day and trying to go to sleep, and my phone goes off. I look at my phone and it's Freedom, who I used to be partnered with, tweeted a tweet, and this it's something that being a YouTuber will frustrate most people. I didn't watch the video that they linked. I didn't, look into it or anything. I just read the title. It said, big YouTube channels. I can't find it. I was going to try find it and read it, but I can't find it. Big YouTube channels are getting strikes and terminations for advertising their Twitch account in their videos.
Oh.
So I won't be doing that no more.
So basically,
Now, is that-
Freedom are banning people.
No, not Freedom. Freedom is just reporting on it.
YouTube itself.
YouTube itself apparently has been banning people for
For
advertising
advertising.
Twitch.
But is that because you're advertising a different platform? And
See, I
YouTube
don't
want you to use YouTube.
I
And if
think
you're
so.
advertising Twitch, then YouTube are like, well, if people prefer their Twitch, then they're not going to use YouTube.
Yeah, exactly. Not only that, I think it's kind of like a work thing. If you're it said big YouTube channels. Like if you're at work, we know this. If you're at work and you have a second job, and your job doesn't like it, you can get sacked or done.
As we know.
So I wonder if it's something like that, maybe. Like they're like, well, why? You're technically doing two jobs, so we don't want, that.
Yeah.
The thing I'm worried is one of my favourite channels, Game Ranks, has a Twitch account.
Don't
And
mean you
they-
can't
and they
stop
advertise
using
it.
it though.
Oh no, you can't.
Oh.
Yeah.
They
You just
advertise
can't
it
advertise it.
every Friday because they do their gamer. They do like a news roundup on a Friday, and their podcast is very similar to their Twitch show. Is very similar to this, but it's all live, and you can see the people, seagulls, and they
Go on,
advertise
son.
it every week. So this channel's got like 3 million subscribers, I think.
Yeah, I mean we are getting there.
Not us. I just think I don't want them to get shut down because I watch them.
I bet they'll
Religiously
just turn it a
sometimes.
different way around. First, they'll probably just end up like using Facebook or
Yeah, I mean they've got
Twitter.
thousands
Yeah.
of followers now on Twitch, so
Well,
they'll
that's it. I mean,
don't think they need to-
like you said, it came up on your Twitter feed. The
yeah,
thing is, all they would do is on YouTube they would stop saying, "Oh, and don't forget our Friday night gamer talk on Twitch." We'll just do
Yeah.
the YouTube, leave out the Twitch part, and it'll be an update on Twitter to
See,
say,
what I'd do
"Don't
is
forget."
I'd like say we were on Twitch now, and we'd had a really good stream, and like we were all going off. We're like, oh, and don't forget if you want to watch more, like when we're not here, just go to visit our YouTube channel. Because obviously
Yeah.
Twitch haven't said that you can't advertise YouTube,
no,
so just like
But-
sort of.
Would Twitch do it for tit for tat? though?
Well, yeah.
Nah,
well, I mean, if they
no.
do, they do. But I can't see them doing it. But like, if they're not doing it right now, have they? So
thing is,
while
there's a
it's
lot of
there,
money.
use it.
there's so much money involved in YouTube and Twitch that if YouTube are doing that, so people can't promote Twitch, or Twitch going to say, well, we want our fair share of it as well, so we're going to stop people promoting
So
YouTube.
I've just found the video.
Yeah.
And the thumbnail, like the title says, YouTube terminating channels for Twitch stream announcements.
Yeah.
And the thumbnail is no Twitch. I am streaming videos allowed. So what it is, like, I've seen these. GameX doesn't do this, so they're safe. They basically make a video. It might be a vlog. It could be 30 seconds long, and basically it's like, "Hi guys, I'm just on Twitch now streaming. So if you want to hop over there, blah blah blah," and it's literally a 30-second video.
Got you.
And they might even take it out. They might even delete the video after they finish streaming. That's what it is. But I mean, I wear YouTube. It's low. I still feel like it's low. So moving on.
It is low, but I can also see where they're coming from. Because if I was running YouTube, I'd be pretty knocked if literally all people were putting on was like a 30-second video saying, "Come over to Twitch." Like, it's like if you were hosting a party and Simon was next door and he was, and like everyone that was coming to your door, he was hijacking and leaving like the likes of Richard to come to yours. Do you know what I mean?
Like, I bet if a crowd of people were stood right in front of Tim Martin talking, and Tim Martin can hear everyone, and you went, "Oh yeah, I wouldn't work at Wetherspoons. I'd rather go to Marston's." I bet you'd all get sacked.
Kick him now.
And barred.
Yeah. Right. Anyway, moving on.
I can see it from that side. Yeah. Crack on.
As I say, these are all tidbits. Jurassic World Evolution has surpassed 1 million copies sold. Yay.
I do play it, so.
Do you?
Yes, Black Ops 4
Jurassic World Evolved, hell yeah. The thing is, we kind of touched on this as well. If you go back 6-7 years ago, if someone said, I play games on my mobile phone while they've got a console or a PC, they'd be like, mobile gaming. But mobile gaming makes that much money now. I mean, you know yourself when you're on break. If you, just when you said if Jurassic World Evolve hits 1 million, that's the mobile game. Yeah.
It's not. This is the one on the console.
Yeah,
no, I thought it was the Jurassic World.
No, you're thinking of the thing you want to do where like you catch dinosaurs and stuff.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah,
that's what sorry.
Yeah, so you just Call of Duty Black Ops 4 beta comes out on the 3rd of August for PlayStation 4, sorry. 3rd of August. It's a Friday.
A bastard finish. Finish.
Ends midnight Sunday, I think. Or ends Monday morning.
6 o'clock.
It's also on the following week. It's on the following week for PlayStation 4, Xbox One,
10th of August.
and PC. I don't know if it's on after that.
No, it's not PC Fish.
No, it's coming out on PC
just
as well,
plays. Yeah, but PS4 and Xbox are the same time. PC is different time.
Oh, right. I don't know when that comes out. But then the Blackout beta isn't until September, which is quite close because it's the month before release. Like, can it change things that quick?
Just speaking about Blackout, like, what do you think? Like, the storm's gonna be? Like, because obviously every game has its storm.
Think it's just gonna be a circle, like PUBG.
What, like? Yeah, I know. No, but I mean the storm itself.
Fortnite.
Like,
oh no, I don't think
it's gonna look like.
I think it's just gonna be a big wall, like a big transparent blue wall, like PUBG. I think it's gonna look almost
cool
identical.
Would it be though, right? Because I've had this idea at Treyarch. If you're out there, hire me. So I was thinking, right, how cool would it be if you implemented like zombies into it? So say if you're out in the storm, zombies or even the zombie dogs.
Yeah.
Would start chasing you, and you've got to get in. Yeah, and you've got to get into the storm. Obviously, you can shoot and kill them, like, but you've got to. Obviously, you don't want to be in there. You want to be in the game.
That would take the aspect out of the people that skirt the storm right till the end.
That'd be mint.
Like, just
yeah, but you could, Dave.
Fucking cool would that be?
Just exactly. That's what I'm saying. Treyarch, like, hit me up. But like that's what I'm saying. You could still be out in there. But obviously there'd be things trying to get you, like not full risk. On.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but it just brings another aspect to
the game.
I
think the closer, the smaller the circle gets, the more there is, or the stronger they are. That's a cool idea. Anyway,
do you think Blackout could literally be a blackout where you go into the storm and everything's black and all you have is your compass and you've got to try and remember which way the freaking storm is actually heading.
I don't think that'll happen. That's more
No.
of a sort of like a horror game. Have you seen they like might be doing like? Oh, I know they are. There's a horror game battle royale coming out.
That'd be pretty
that'll
cool.
Be class.
Let me just
That
find
was
the
very
title because I looked at this gameplay of it. The only thing that I don't get, right, a battle royale game for me means you're against everyone, whereas I think the one I was watching, everyone is against one person. So it's basically Friday the 13th.
On a bigger scale.
Well, yeah. Because, like, this guy, he sees another guy, and then next thing you know, out of nowhere, he gets shot with a crossbow through the head, and he goes to take his stuff. I mean, maybe he could turn on other people, maybe, but I know there's definitely a killer in it.
So while you're looking for that, alien colonial marines, dumb AI, could have been a typo in the code. It was released in 2013. It was a disaster. Not only did
It was a
get
disaster,
passed
big
between
style.
multiple development studios, it also suffered from stupid AI. And yeah, that's all I can touch on that really. Might have been a typo. Apparently it's an alright game now, or it could be. Nobody knows because nobody plays it. Right, next one's a big one, so if he's found that, whatever he was looking for.
It's called Fish Hide or Die, and it's on Steam. You can't buy it yet. It says start in June 29. So I can't really see much about a release date, but I say the game's there to look at. This trailer, it looks good. If I'm honest, I just would like to understand it a bit more.
Yeah.
Anyone
But it
see
says. It says enter a corrupt and broken world with 15 others in this asymmetrical survival horror. Resist the urge to creep into the darkness, it will turn you against the others.
so if you turn on someone, maybe it makes you more evil and I don't know, something like that.
Yeah,
Maybe.
I don't know.
Did anybody
Did
see what?
anyone see the gameplay footage for Battlefield World War II?
No. Oh yeah, I
some
did.
of it.
It looks shit.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, it was. It didn't
The only
feel
thing
very
I'd
World
buy
War
it
II.
for is the Battle Royale, if I'm honest. Because, like, honestly, since Battlefield 4 and 3, like, don't get me wrong, I love the Battlefield games, the scale they're on, but I just don't like the era they're in at the minute, like, with the old war. I mean, it just does my head in. Fair enough, right? It's like soaps, if I'm honest. I mean, you watch EastEnders, right? Someone gets murdered. You watch Coronation Street, someone gets murdered. And it's so on, you know what I mean? Like, someone to become pregnant and so on. And it happens with games. So, like, how many games started doing, like, jump boosting?
Yeah.
Call
Yeah.
of Duty, then there was Advanced Warfare, you know, so many, like a Titan. And then next thing you know, boom, we like war, right? Fuck it, Battlefield, Call of Duty World War II, and just so on. And like, for me, I prefer modern combat, like
I
where
do.
we are now. And then,
Modern
like,
Warfare.
Battlefield 3 was mint. I swear to God, right? I was hooked. My mate was like, try this game. It's back on the PlayStation 3. He was like, try this game. And I was like, that's sick. Like, literally, I got a mortar, sat in this field with a mortar, and then started firing. And that was me hooked. I bought that game and played the shit out of it. Battlefield 4 came out. I loved that game. Like, just the way you could customise your guns, the amount of attachments. You could put like a 15-time scope on a Spaz 12 shotgun and it'd become your sniper. I swear to God. And then now it goes to war. And don't get me wrong, fair enough, they've had the day and what have you. But like, I understand why you can't customise your guns as much. Obviously, back in the day, you couldn't exactly find like an infrared scope. But for me, like, if you're gonna make a war game, make a war game. Don't make a game that's doing so well. Go back a step.
But like you
know what
say,
I
do you
mean?
think they've just jumped on the bandwagon because there's that much interest in COD World
Oh,
War II,
yeah.
that much money was made from it?
No, because they made Battlefield 1 and then Call of Duty released Infinite Warfare and everyone was like,
Yeah.
why?
Shit.
Like, fair
Yeah.
enough, right? The only reason I think Battlefield 1 probably got as much as it did is because at the time, That's what people wanted. People wanted boots to the ground, and
Yeah, 'cause
there
they were
was
sick
the
of Call
boots
of
to the
Duty
ground
doing it.
game. Yeah, exactly.
Right, so, last but not least, Microsoft
Yeah.
promises all new Xbox hardware next month. Now, this is one of our bigger things I've got. Microsoft is bringing new hardware to Germany next month for Gamescom. The news comes from Larry Major Nelson, who teased all new Xbox hardware and accessories in a blog post this morning. This is like a day ago. What could it be? It's not a console. I know fine well it's not going to be a console. I think it's going to be like a controller. Because there's leaked images of a new Elite controller.
Oh, I've seen it.
I'd like to see a smaller Xbox One X. Not that I'd buy it. But you know.
The controller, have you not seen it? You can like
I have,
configure it.
I've
It's
seen
got,
I've seen a
like,
really
it's-
close-up picture of the new one.
It's got it's like mint colour and silver.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool, but I'm not paying £100 for a controller. It does look really cool, but I think there's just going to be like, everyone's like, oh my god, Xbox 2 is coming, and I don't think it's going to be new Xbox, because the Xbox One X hasn't even been out a year yet. So why would
It'll be
they?
another couple of years for that.
Yeah, I think it's going to be another 1 or 2 at least. But yeah, I think they might release like, I don't know, a charge.
They might release a VR for it,
Maybe.
because they ain't got a VR, have they?
No, but I don't think they were that bothered, are they? Like they did that.
Well, no, like, don't get me
AR
wrong, but
thing.
obviously if you're saying that they're not going to release a console for a couple of years, which I think is definite,
Yeah.
what else can they do? You know what I mean? There's only so much you can do, really. That's
Aye.
what does my head in. Like, don't release a console, release a ton of good games, and then just go and release another console. That, I mean, to be fair to Xbox, when they did E3, it was fucking shit. Like, you couldn't
The
even
latest
lend your
one?
mate a game. No,
Oh
the one
yeah,
before.
Xbox One. Yeah.
You couldn't even like release
Back in 2013.
because I remember like staying up that night to watch it, and you couldn't even you can't lend your mate a game physically. Like, it was only to your console. If you like installed it, you could only use it on that. But then, to be fair to them, they did backtrack and take it all back.
Yeah,
and,
they did. It's a
But-
loads better
and-
console
and-
now than it would have been.
Yeah, oh, definitely.
And they're more consumer friendly than PlayStation at the moment.
Yeah,
as well.
and I love the fact that because I love like Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, COD 4 remastered. Obviously, don't need that anymore because it's been remastered. But just certain games that you'd love to play again. Like, I'm not really gonna like hook my PlayStation 3 back up just to play like Modern Warfare 2. As much as
Yeah.
I love the game, like, just please either PlayStation like do cross-platforming and what do they call it?
Backwards compatibility.
Yeah, or just remaster the games.
Yep. Anyway, so that's that. 38 minutes long, not too bad.
I've been longer.
I hope you've enjoyed the video, the podcast. If you have, please remember to smack the like button and subscribe. You can follow us on Twitter at I will remember it. Is it GG Greater Games 4? Something like that. But yeah, we'll catch you next time.
See you later.
Bye bye.
See you later. And if you want to send us some 20s, please do.